Hey everybody, it's me, Rick Acosta, the Dodger Card Collector, coming to you with another video. Oh my God, okay, where do I start? I won a 1963 starter set from the All-Star Cards Inc. store in Overland Park, Kansas a few weeks ago, a little over a month ago. It's 260 cards. So I thought I would share some of these with you, including some of the cards I already own, including some of the Hall of Famers, some of the graded cards, and some of the Dodger cards, and just some of the commons I've already accumulated. Now, the box that I'm about to show you, and I'll open for you in a moment, I've literally, I haven't even looked at them yet, so we're going to look at them together. But just to describe to you, I'll give you the Cliff Notes version of this lot that I just bought. Directly from the website. This lot is for 260 different cards from 1963 Topps. This would be a good start to a mid-grade set with a few Hall of Famers and semi-stars. Then it goes on to include some of the cards that are listed, and I'll call that out when we're looking at them. There are 12 cards from the Tough. According to them, there are also 12 cards from the tougher semi-high and high series. And then they give me the card numbers. And it says the remaining cards, you grade 20% excellent to mint, 25% excellent, 30% VG to X, 15% VG, and 10% good to poor. There are approximately 10 cards that have been marked or recolored. So I know that the good to poor, the recoloreds, and even potentially the VGs, I will look at and see if we need to upgrade them. So here's a look at the moment of what I currently have, but let's open up this box that I just got. All right, let's open this box up. I already pre-cut it just so you guys don't have to sit there and watch me try and cut this thing. Let's take it out of... First, they give you a lot of popcorn. By the way, this is a good magazine in case you don't get it. And I'm on the mailing list for this, and they got some really good vintage stuff in here. So that's good to know. Here's my invoice. You guys don't need to see that, but I am happy about it. Let's double check this. Discount coupon, 10% off. Use auction 10 at checkout to get 10% off your card purchase. Offer is online only, valid on any card listed for sale on our website. Maximum $500 off. I can't read that very well. Off purchase. I have been staring at a Lefty Gomez card, so I might have to use this. That's good to know. And then let's see. Here's the box. And the rest is just the outdoor boxes, popcorn. Let's see. Let's get a 10% coupon. Who doesn't love 10% coupon on vintage baseball cards? Let's see here. I had to open that off camera. More popcorn. There's going to be plenty of styrofoam popcorn here for everybody momentarily. Okay, so have to fast forward a little here, and let's see. Let's take a look at who we got here. Oh boy, a John Stockton card. I've always wanted this card. Oh, we got some more basketball. Whoa, Magic Johnson. Okay, God, my brother-in-law is going to get some freebies out of me. And another Magic Johnson card. He's going to be happy about that. So let's see. Last card in the set. There's definitely some creases there. That's Johnny Temple. Corville. Mike De La Hoz. These are not in bad shape. Wayne Causey. Norm Larker. Wes Covington. Bob Johnson. Harmon Killebrew. All right, there's a Harmon Killebrew card in there. So just going through here, I was kind of thinking they put the stars in here, but it looks like these are just all in here by numerical order. So Lee Thomas, these don't look too bad. Some of these high numbers I already have. Bernie Allen. I'll only go a few of these because I won't be able to keep you guys online if I just keep showing you these. Earl Batty, Billy Gardner. So after this pile, I think what I'll do is I'll go through the cards off camera. There's Jim Bouton. Show you some of the cards that I picked up. Boog Powell, is this his rookie card? Or does he have a 62, like real rookie card? There's Boog Powell, Kansas City A's, Don McMahon, Bill Daly. These are in pretty good shape. Frank Sullivan, more rookie cards. There's a crease right there. Pete Rickard of the Dodgers. I already own that card. Ralph Houck. Bob Anderson. Let's see here. I'll go through a couple more. Howie Goss. So far, Harmon Killebrew is the best card in here. I know there was going to be a lot of comments, and there was several Hall of Famers. So let me go through the stack, and I'll show you what the best cards I was able to pick up. All right, here's what the pile looks like. It's roughly 200. Yeah, it is 260 cards. And I started showing you I showed you the first stack, which was like 50, and I go, this is going to get boring if I keep showing you all the cards. So I went ahead and picked out some of the better cards that came from the slot, and let's take a look. Let's start. I think these are almost in numerical order. Home run leaders, Harmon Killebrew and Roger Maris are on this card. Let's see. Buck Blasters. Smokey Burgess, Dick Stewart, Roberto Clemente, and Bob Skinner. They did want to warn me there's markings. Yeah, right there. It's marked on the back. So that's Buck Blasters. Let's see. Al Kaline. There's Al Kaline. I haven't even put these cards in penny sleeves, anything like that. Let's see. Friendly Foes, Duke Snider and Gil Hodges. That's a good looking card. Hodges would be on the Mets. Hodges played Duke Snider is eventually going to end up on the Mets in the last series. He was on the Mets all of 1963, I believe. So there's Duke Hodges, Duke Snider and Gil Hodges, Hoyt Wilhelm. Let's see, Robin Roberts. These are actually in pretty good shape. They're not all in perfect shape, but I know that going in. You're buying cards from the 60s. You're gonna find some wrinkles and creases. Richie Ashburn on the Mets. I think that is my only Richie Ashburn card on the Mets that I own. And he had retired by this point. He only played the 1962 season with the Mets, so they made a 1963 card of his. Let's see, Whitey Ford wins series opener. I'm glad I did not buy this a few weeks ago at a card show. When I realized I was gonna, when I won the lot, the starter lot, I decided to start buying 1963 cards, which isn't always the best idea because some of these cards that I bought from Greg Morrison card shows are in this lot. So let that be a lesson to you. Here's an interesting card. Maris Sparks Yankees Rally. World Series Game 3. I got most of the World Series cards. I could be wrong. I know I think Mickey Mantle's on a card. I did not get that card. I'll have to double check. I know I didn't get the card, but I'll have to check to see if there's a Mantle in this series. I think there is. Here's Game 3. I got most of the World Series cards, but if there's a Mantle, I didn't. Jim Cott, recent Hall of Famer. Another recent Hall of Famer, Minnie Minoso. We got some discoloration there on the bottom left. We've lost some of the red. He's not a Hall of Famer, but here's Dick Groat. Now the St. Louis Cardinals. Okay, so his first card with the Cardinals is a 1963 card. I don't know why the Pirates traded him. Let's see. Here's some more. Here's another World Series card. Game 7. Ralph Terry celebrate. Yanks celebrate as Ralph Terry wins. I like those World Series cards. A couple more. Bill Mazeroski. That's totally off center. I'm definitely gonna have to get a new one of this. Is this a high number? No. 323. Bill Mazeroski. And I showed you this earlier, but I want to get a better look at this. Harmon Killebrew. And it looks like it's got some wrinkles here on the lower left. But so I got these along with some other cards in that lot. Guys like Johnny Padres and Jim Fregosi and Jim Gilliam, Jim Hickman. You know, you got some decent players here. So it's definitely something I'm going to go over. And eventually I'll give you the stats. Like I said, I literally just opened this, so I don't have I don't have much info yet on what I've actually owned here. I'm going to show you a couple of cards that I already own. These are some of my Dodger cards. So you've got the ERA leaders with Sandy Koufax and Drysdale and Bob Gibson. Here's another one here, Drysdale's pitching leaders. And here's another pitching leaders with Drysdale, Gibson, and Koufax. Strikeout leaders. Batting leaders, one of my favorite cards. Tommy Davis won the batting title. But look who surrounds him here. Frank Robinson, Stan Musial, Hank Aaron, Bill White. Some of my Dodger cards, nothing really. See, I've already got friendly foes. The one Hall of Famer I would say I do have, there's Frank Howard, not a Hall of Famer, but Walt Alston. I've got like 4 Alstons now. This is getting ridiculous. Moose, Willie Davis, Bob Miller, Wally Moon. Let's see, I've got another stack here of Dodgers, but I'm like, well, where's my Don Drysdale card? There we go. There's Don Drysdale. That's the one Hall of Famer, I think, besides Koufax. Koufax I have graded. Oh, here's a good card. Dodgers Big 3. Koufax, Drysdale, and Padres. Let's see. John Roseboro, some rookie cards. These rookie cards, a lot of these guys just never ended up playing. And they cost me some cash. I do remember that. Larry Sherry. Let me do a quick look at the commons that I've already accumulated and see if there's something worth showing. Okay, got a few more to show you. American League ERA leaders. Robin Roberts is in this card, so is Whitey Ford. Here's a card that I bought just because he was on the Dodgers, but technically this is a Yankee card. Stan Williams. He was traded from the Dodgers to the Yankees for Muscarin. And Williams, they didn't give him a Yankee cap, so I picked this up just because he still had his Dodger cap on. There's Stan Williams, one of my favorite players growing up on the Angels, Jim Fregosi, 1963 Jim Fregosi. And lastly, here's the not a Hall of Famer, 1952 MVP. This is a high number, Bobby Shantz. I got this for a deal because whenever I see this online, it's pretty expensive. So I was able to pick up Bobby Shantz. And lastly, let me just show you the graded cards that I own. That way we can wrap it up here. Let's start off with I love this card. I've shown this one to you before. 1963 NL home run leaders. 5 Hall of Famers. Willie Mays, Hank Aaron, Frank Robinson, Ernie Banks, and Orlando Cepeda. I wish we didn't have the hanging heads, but this is still a wonderful card. Let's see. I've shown this to you already ungraded, but I'll show it to you graded. I have Walter Alston, Dodger Hall of Fame manager of 20 some odd years. Won 4 World Series titles during his time. Joe Christopher. You're going to say, why does he have a Joe Christopher graded card? I'll explain it to you someday. I hope to do a show around it someday, but we'll see. There's Joe Christopher. My favorite card, love telling the story about this one. Sandy Koufax in a 6. This was several years ago. The open, it was on eBay. The auction started at $99. And $99 several years ago was a lot of money to be paying for one baseball card. I do remember that. And I thought, well, I'm not going to win, so I'm going to bid $99. No one ever bid. I was the only guy that bid. And this is arguably one of my favorite cards in my collection. Definitely one of my favorite Koufax cards, period. Won the MVP that year. Won the Cy Young Award that year. Sandy Koufax. Stan Musial, his last card, 1963. I had to have a Stan Musial in my collection at the time. This was the cheapest one I could buy. I now have a 53 Bowman, but for a while there, this was the only Stan I had. And now I have like the 58 Topps All-Star card, I think, as well. I think it's 58. And there's Stan Musial. Got this for a song, Juan Marichal. I was just looking at Hall of Famers, and this card was cheap, so I just picked it up. And the last card I have, which is probably the reason why this set's going to be somewhat easier than most other sets, and that is the 1963 rookie card featuring Ken McMullen, Pedro Gonzalez, Chicago White Sox, and future New York Mets World Series champ Al Weiss, and a gentleman by the name of Pete Rose. And I've told you this story before. When I started my Dodger team collection, I kept saying, why can't I find a 1963 Topps Ken McMullen? So I finally looked it up on eBay. And when I saw who he was attached to with Pete Rose, I always remember texting my brother, and I just said, oh my God, Ken McMullen's card is the same card as Pete Rose. And he said, what are you going to do? And I said, well, I want to get all the Dodgers cards. And he goes, then you're going to have to pick it up. And when I paid, again, several years ago, I think I paid $400, and that $400 still a lot, but this card is I think top 5 value-wise in my collection. It's gone up a lot since I bought it, so no regrets there. All right, so those are my 1963 Topps cards. If you stuck around this long, thanks so much. I'm going to compile some stats here, figure out how many of these guys, how many more cards I need, how many cards I already own, all that stuff, because right now, showing you these, I don't know. So, anyway, thanks so much for watching, and we'll catch you next time.